Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our life and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop showing man of God, it will not stop me. Angel number 25. So how are you guys doing today? I am in a much better mood than I have been in, and I want to go ahead and get right into it. So this week, actually, I just feel like there's a lot of stuff going on with the sky. I know that all this weekend, a full disclosure, I have been trying to figure out what was the planet that was in retrograde that I told you guys that you cannot make any bad decisions from October to May, and I have not been able to find it, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna go to the cards and just do a quick little energy update. Also, if you are new to the family, welcome. I have been so happy that we have been in a growth, we've been in a growth state. So welcome to the family. Know that we are all in this together. I'm a hot mess, so don't ever look at me like I'm some expert. Like, I cry, I cuss, I get hype, I do it all. So just welcome. Accept me as I am. I am a work in progress. One more thing I want to tell y'all. Oh, so I told y'all that I owe you guys a blockage reading, which I definitely want to do before the end of the year, but I thought that it would be really fun if we could, angel number 140, have a little contest. If we make it to 75 subscribers, right now we are at, I think, 60. If we make it to 75 subscribers, I will give you guys a blockage reading. If we make it to 100 subscribers, I would give you guys a what can I look forward to this new year reading. So go ahead, if you ever feel touched or you feel called, go ahead and share this, tell a friend about it. But I will say this, the reason why I don't do this a lot is because I know that what I'm doing here is not for everybody. So don't invite somebody that you know is not on this wave. Like, I went to a new moon circle and we were just talking about like how we protect the space. We know we only invite people who are truly on the same wave. So if you know somebody is not into this, don't bring them over here. I know hard feelings. That's actually why I don't share so much on certain social media channels. But all of that is actually about to change coming this October. I'm about to start hyping up on IG. So also make sure you follow me on IG at honestlysis.com. at honestlysis.com. At Honestly Am. That's down below. But I'm gonna shut the fuck up because now I sound like I'm like a commercial ad. I hate that. Angel number 253. Alright, God. What are the energies that are going on right now in the sky? What do we need mindful for? What information do you have for us to become the alchemist of our life? Or just to do magic in public? God, deliver these messages to us and through us. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. One card. Let's take one more. One more. All right. So the two cards that popped out, the first card that popped out is Adventure. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So angel number 328, Adventure and Joy. Oh, this is exciting. So the message that I get right away is that we are about to go on this sense of adventure. I feel like if you have been being very serious about not making any decisions in fear from, if all this year or whenever you first found me on this channel and this journey, you have been mindful and intentional about not making any decisions in fear. I feel like from now to the end of the year, you're going to see some type of payoff. You're going to see the payoff of that. You're going to see what happens when you show the universe that you're clear on where you want to go. You're going to have some type of joy and some type of adventure that's going to happen in your life. So if you've been say for example, to make this personal, I've been really wanting to close this chapter of being in corporate America and really trying to, get somewhere in the vicinity or towards the road of my dreams and earning a living doing what I love. And I just feel like, I don't know, I just been feeling lately this chapter of my life is about to end soon. I just feel that. And I feel like I'm going to, be blessed somehow. And I don't know how that's going to happen because y'all know last week I was crying and talking about how sad I was, but I don't know, but underneath all that sadness, once I allow myself to feel that sadness, there is this sense of adventure. Like, I'm just excited. So I feel like if you continue to not make any decisions out of fear, some type of adventure, something's going to happen that's going to give you this boost of joy, this boost of confidence, and you're going to like jump off to the next level of your life. But don't take my word for it. We're actually going to get some more tarot to kind of see, what does this energy of adventure and joy mean? God, clarify this message of adventure and joy. What comes to us from if we what's about to, okay, let's calm down. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do something different. All right, God. What fortune comes to us for being obedient and not making any decisions in fear? And I want to say something. Let me pause. Angel number 6. So, when I say that you haven't made any decisions in fear, I don't mean that you haven't made any mistakes. I mean that you may have found yourself going down a certain path. You may have done something that you wish you haven't done, but instead of staying stuck in that, you overcame it, or you corrected yourself, or you made that decision that, oh yeah, no, this isn't what I want. And then you made the correct decision. Like, I just want y'all to realize that it's okay to make mistakes. And honestly, it's not really a big deal, because the whole purpose of life is for you to try to get it right, to try to learn lessons. So it's like you're going to do, it's not about being perfect. It's about that's what it is. It's about looking at your life from this adventure standpoint and being like, okay, so I ventured down the road of trying to talk to my ex again. And I realized that, hey, that's not going to bring me joy. That's not going to bring me closer to what I want. And though there was a moment of sadness that I was like, damn, like, I'm kind of mad that I even opened that door, that I even tried to do that again. But at the end of the day, I realized, like, I had to do it. Like, I remember, to get super personal, I mean, well, this is the whole purpose of my channel. But to get super personal, like, I was like crying about it, because I'm like, damn, like, I just feel like I should know better. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I should have done something differently. And like, my mind was just like it was like, you know how you on the brink of like, you're crying, and you're like damn near hysterical, and you're just like, fuck, like, I'm fucking up. I should know better. I shouldn't be here. And then it was like, my mind like literally pulled itself back and was like, hey, did you make that decision from a place of love? Did you make that decision because you thought it was the best decision at the time? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, okay, so forgive yourself and then just let it go. Like, literally just like that. And it was like, all of that hysterical feeling, all of that is just, I let it go, because what I realized is that life is nothing but a big ass adventure. Angel number 808. Life is nothing but an adventure to get towards the things that bring us joy. So if we start, I remember I was actually just listening to a reading from last week, and I want to say it was for when you're feeling sad. When you realize that the universe is nothing but a big ass restaurant, and like, you are, this is what I'm saying. Please walk with me. I want you to remember, life is nothing but an adventure, right? And the universe is your personal like restaurant. It's your personal concierge service. So when you start to look at your life from that point of view, and situations start to happen in your life. So say you meet a person and you fall in love with that person, and you think, oh, that person is the one. But then as you are on this thing called life, you start to learn, you start to grow, you start to evolve, you start to want different things. And you realize that this person that you initially thought that you really, really wanted, it no longer matches your version of joy. It no longer matches your version of joy. Of love. So instead of being like, oh, I'm stuck in this choice, you release it so that you can get closer to the joy. you're in a job that you don't like, that doesn't bring you happiness, it doesn't bring you fulfillment. Instead of focusing on like, oh my God, I'm so fucked up, I'm so stupid, I shouldn't have made this right choice. It's like, okay, no, let's focus on what does bring me joy, what does bring me this sense of contentment. And then as the universe starts to offer you different scenarios and different opportunities, don't just jump at the first opportunity that comes. So just like if you, in the same token, if you had just been in a relationship and you break up with that person and now you realize that you want to have a certain type of love, you want to have a certain type of experience, when you start getting in the world and you meet somebody new and that person doesn't automatically match that definition of joy, don't try to force that person to match that definition. Release it to the universe so the universe can give you a new solution. Same thing with the job. Don't focus on a job. Focus on what will bring you joy. And when you have an opportunity come in, or say your friends say you should apply here, and it doesn't match up where you ultimately want to go, don't apply. Because guess what? That means that you're sending a signal to the universe, hey, I want something differently. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's changing our mindset to realize that we're nothing but we're just on this big ass adventure. And if only we stay conscious of our choices and our decisions, we will be able to get closer and closer to where we're trying to go. Okay? I'm actually gonna look in I feel like if I get y'all a tool, y'all will better understand this. God, give me a tool to help clarify this message of adventure and joy. How can we change our mindset to start looking at life as though we're just on one big adventure, and to really just focus on joy and allowing that to lead? You're around a group of friends and you realize that you and the friend group are no longer in sync. Instead of forcing it and trying to force yourself into this version of it, because when you do that, you're shortening you're like putting shade on your own light. You're shrinking yourself down. Then the universe can't hear you because now you're faking it. You don't need to fake it. You need to be strong in your convictions and what you believe to be truth to yourself. Angel number 1147. Okay, God, adventure, joy. What is a tool that we can use to just help really help us understand this message that you're trying to give us? Clarify this message that you're giving us, God. Do I have it right? And also, I thought we were doing an energy update. God, like, completely hijacked my reading. Like, bro, what are we doing right now? Like, my reading got kidnapped, y'all. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, 2 cards came out. And then our favorite card came out. Whatever I desire, I can acquire. We already know what that's all about. That's about making sure that we know that if ever there's a thought in our mind. So continuing on what I was saying before, if you ever have a thought in your mind about, a desire in your mind of what you want to experience in life, if life is not giving you that, when you are presented with opportunities, you have to make choices that are in alignment with what you ultimately desire. Okay? Oh, do you understand me? I swear I'm gonna have to start doing some lives because I really want to, I wish I could be because sometimes I can hear y'all, if you're that's why don't be afraid to talk to the video, because sometimes I can pick up on it, or where somebody's confused, but sometimes I want that feedback. So I am, when we start getting to the 100, I feel 100 is always my number. I'm good at 100, and then it's I'm committed. I'm committed anyway on this thing, but it's 100, and it's okay, let's start doing some lives and all that stuff. But anyways, back here. For adventure, I can always tell a different financial abundance story. What someone else has or does not have nothing to do with you. The only thing that affects your experience is the way you utilize the non-physical energy with your thought. Your abundance or lack of it in your experience has nothing to do with what anybody else is doing or having. It only has to do with your perspective. It only has to do with your offering of your thought. If you want your fortunes to shift, you have to begin to tell yourself a different story. And I'm also gonna make sure that I link that article down below, because I have an article on Honestly Sis that says, what if life is nothing but one big adventure? And that's what God is saying. He's saying, instead of being getting caught up in what the internet is saying is, oh, there's only a certain certain amount of billionaires, and billionaires are evil and they're ruining the world, and da 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 da. And if you want to be a billionaire, you want to be an evil person. Fuck all that bullshit. Like, don't pay attention to that. If you want to have, I am not about to be ashamed of saying that I want to be a billionaire. Nobody's going to shame me because that's my fucking end goal. Fuck you. Like, I don't know what's happening in your life, but you're not about to shame me for wanting what I want. And that's what God's trying to get you to understand. If you have a desire, if you have a certain type of way that you want to live life and you're not living that, then you need to have this attitude that I'm about to go on the adventure of my lifetime because I'm about to bring that desire about. And when you're going on that adventure of a lifetime, you have to be mindful of the stories that you're telling yourself. So again, about those choices, if things doesn't work out, instead of telling yourself, oh, I'm so fucked up, this didn't work out, I'm so stupid, you tell yourself, oh, okay, that just wasn't what I wanted. That just wasn't my ultimate end goal. That just wasn't where I want to be. Okay. Also, angel number 1523, really quickly, I feel like I just need to speak to people who want to be in the spotlight, but they're afraid to be in the spotlight. For some reason, I have heard this like 2 or 3 times. I remember I was in Vegas and I was walking behind some boys and they were just like, yeah, like I wish I want to be a rapper, but fuck that, I ain't trying to get killed. Like, there are literally people who are not stepping in their purpose and going after their dreams because they are afraid of what the spotlight will mean to them and all that other stuff. This is why it's so important. This is why I'm here. Like, I'm being honest. Like, this is why I'm here, because that's my problem. Like, I don't want to become famous and lose myself. I don't want to become famous and, fucking forget all my goals and, like, I don't want that. Like, I just literally just want this lifestyle and then just go be a regular ass person. Like, low key, I wish I could just like live in a regular ass house. Like, I just want to be a regular person, but having extraordinary life experiences, if that makes sense. And so that's why God has us going through this process, because as spiritual beings, when we create new earth, like, that is life. Like, everybody is billionaires. Everybody is living in their purpose. Everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. Like, but that only happens by all of us just deciding that we're going to go after our desires. Everybody don't want to be a fucking celebrity. And half the time, the people who want to be a celebrity deep down inside probably don't even want to be a celebrity. Like, they probably didn't even have that, but because they were in that environment, because people told them that that's what you had to do, they went that way. So it's like we all have to start deprogramming ourselves to going after what we really, really want inside, and not being ashamed of saying that, whether that is something that is extraordinary or that's something that's normal as hell. Like, some people don't want to admit that I just want to be a fucking farmer, like, because that's not cool. But why not? Who decides what the fuck is cool, right? That's a fucking mindset, right? So we have to start going after our desires, going after what we want, no matter what anybody says. And as we're doing that, we have to be mindful of not only what other people say, but what we're saying to ourselves about our dreams and our goals. Like, we have to start changing the stories that we tell ourselves. Like, it is possible to have whatever you desire, but it's not going to happen when you're telling yourself the same story and you're focusing on the same shit, okay? For joy, God is saying, I am developing the skill to direct my thoughts. And that's literally what all of this is about. It's about making sure that you're not only directing your thoughts, but you're making choices that's in alignment with your desires. So that's in alignment with where you're ultimately trying to go. That's in alignment with your choices. And what do I always tell y'all? Everything is about the trifecta: mind, body, spirit. So once we start to get our mind on the same, once we get our mind focused on our goals, right? Focused on our desires and actually bringing that out. Now God is saying, now we have to also have those choices doing the same thing. And that happens by the thoughts. So you make a choice because of the thoughts that you're thinking, right? So if you're able to direct your thoughts, always focusing on what you do want, then you will start making better decisions and choices, okay? But let me just read this really quickly. The most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts towards what you want. To be apt at quickly evaluating all situations and then quickly coming into conclusion of what you want most, and then giving your undivided attention to that, There's a tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared to mere actions alone. That's why everybody always say, oh, we have the same 24 hours as Beyonce, but we don't have the same brain power as Beyonce. We don't have the same brain power as Beyonce and Jay, because these motherfuckers have mastered the skill to direct their thoughts. And that's honestly why a lot of these people have ended up in the areas that they're in. And I want to say Kendrick once said this in an interview, because he was so obsessive about it, and that's why they were able to manifest these things, because they're able to direct their thoughts. They were able to put their undivided attention onto bringing about their desires. And so the same could be done for you. Like, it don't just have to be Kanye, Drake, it can be you, okay? It can be you, all right? So God, what happens if we take on this mindset that life is nothing but a big adventure, that we can bring about our desires, and that we just learn this skill of directing our thoughts and making our choices towards joy? What fortune is bought in our life, God? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. What fortune come in our life? All right, you say don't do that. All right, the bottom one is your fortune, guys. The fortune that is going to come into your life is tough and trying times. Think long term and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all times. So what God is trying to get you to understand is that as you're going on this adventure, okay, remember, have you ever played an adventure game on like one of these PSPs? It's hard as fuck. You keep going up certain levels and get more and more challenging. So what God is trying to tell you is that you going on and that's why people quit. You going on the road to realizing your dreams is not going to always be sunshines and daisies. It's going to be tough and trying times. But if you could just develop this skill of directing your thoughts and focusing on bringing about your desires and changing the stories you tell about where you're going in life, then you will be able to make it through these tough and trying times. You will be able to have the life of your dreams because you were able to develop this skill to direct your thoughts. God says if you do all of that, if you continue to persevere and develop this skill to develop your thoughts and overcome tough and trying times and not give up when things get hard and not continue to focus on the bullshit, then communication. A reunion could bring love, or rekindling a friendship, a win seems likely. What God is saying is that whatever you are, whatever you desire, you acquire, like whatever that manifestation, this is why I hear, whatever the desire you're looking for, it will come. It'll come. A win seems likely. You'll get that communication of that investor, or you'll get that communication of that person who can give you, or that person who knows how to do the website, or that person who knows the product design. Like, it'll happen. You'll start seeing your power. You'll start seeing how you can attract people and attract things into your life. But first, you have to start changing your mindset and start looking at life as though it's nothing but one big adventure. All right, y'all. Angel number 2220. Yes! I love that number. God is letting us know that we have the power to create our dreams, but we have the power to manifest our dreams and to bring our wildest desires to life. But first, we have to be mindful of the thoughts that we think, the choices that we make, and learn the skill to develop our thoughts. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Talk to you soon. Bye.